What have you seen from the Rutgers offense?
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to give away too much on what we see and what we're going to game plan to, but they're another Big Ten opponent that we can't take lightly. At the end of the day, we have to prepare our tails off and go out there and compete. And it starts internally with our effort, our enthusiasm, and how we approach the week and how we approach the game. So, I mean, we know they're talented up front and they can move, and they got athletes all over the field. They're well coached, so it's a big task ahead that we need to take seriously again, and hopefully come out with a win and go 1-0.
When you took a second look at Northwestern game, how would you evaluate the defensive performance?
From the top down, we need to play better. All three levels. That's as simple as I can put it. We need to play with more effort, more assignments down. Every time I'm here, I preach assignments down football, and we didn't do that on Saturday. And we got exposed, and that's what's going to happen if we don't play as a unit. We need guys to play for each other, myself included. I need to play for the guy next to me. I can't go out there and expect to try and do my own thing, or no one can go out there and try and do their own thing. We have to play as a unit, do your 1-11, and when we do that, we can be a really good football team and a really good defense. But until we make that happen, that's the result that we're going to get.
How crippling have the penalties been the last two games? Think back to the face mask penalties at Minnesota, obviously a couple PIs the other day that you had chances to get off the field.
Just discipline football. Again, all three levels, we need to play discipline. We can't go out there and let our habits, our bad habits show up on the field. We need to come out here and play discipline and practice, know where to strike, know where to finish on tackles, and like I said, we need to go out there and play discipline. At the end of the day, we can't let those mistakes haunt us in the end, because in this league, when you let up big penalties like that, they're going to come back to haunt you, and that's what happens.
What's the vibe in the locker room?
Yeah, I mean, from the outside perspective, everyone may think that we're down due to our past, but to be honest with you, we're just as excited as we were week one to get out there and play fast, play physical, and play hard football like we know we can. We haven't played our best game yet, and we're far from it. But hopefully this week we can go out there and make something happen. We're going to approach this week with everything that we got. We know how big of a hump that we're trying to get over this week, and the morale is high, and these past few weeks will not define what we think of ourselves right now.
What you said because of our past, but it wasn't your past. Like, most of this team wasn't here for last season. But at the same time, does it feel like you have to get a win or some wins to fully separate from that sort of stigma that you guys inherited?
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to compare ourselves to last year. When I meant past, I meant how we've performed these past few weeks. But I don't like comparing myself to, not myself, but this team to other teams in the past, no matter what program it is. We knew the challenge that we were stepping into, and we knew the program that we can be, and that we still have not reached our full potential yet. So there's a lot that we need to accomplish.
Why do you think the energy and the enthusiasm wasn't there Saturday? That's one thing Coach Oda mentioned after the game. He didn't think the team came out very enthused to play that game.
Yeah, I mean, there's no reason to it. We just came out flat, and that's what it was. We weren't playing for each other at the end of the day. We need to go out there, like I said earlier, and play as a unit. That's the only way we're going to win football games, especially in the Big Ten. And we need to bring that ourselves. We can't rely on external factors like more rowdy or crowded environments. We need to bring that ourselves, no matter if we're playing in here, with no fans watching. At practice, we need to bring our own energy, own enthusiasm, and at the end of the day, that's what we need.
What are you taking from the smaller graduate that he's playing this year, both in terms of a guy who's showed up a couple times as a playmaker, but also a younger guy who's trying to find that consistency?
I mean, Smiley, you see him every week all over the field making plays. He's a guy that we can rely on at the nickel position, and he could play all over the field. He's a sideline to sideline guy, plays with effort, plays with confidence, and that's someone that's a pillar in our defense for sure. He brings so much to this team, and that he is a young guy, and he has so much to learn, like we all do. But at the end of the day, we love him as a player, as a teammate. So.
As a linebacker, you probably have some appreciation for how difficult nickel can be.
Absolutely.
Find somebody like that. What do you think are the attributes that he brings that make him?
Yeah, I mean, you see him in the open field, one-on-one with a tackler, and he's making those plays. It's him in 20, 30 yards of separation, and he's able to come downhill and make confident tackle. You know, looking across the field as a linebacker, you know how hard that is to try and make those plays. And when you have a guy like Smiley to rely on in the run fit, everything like that, it's relieving. Not relieving, but it's good to know how hard he works and how his hard work pays off. You know, and he's going to make an impact in the pass game. You've seen it this past weekend. He's a guy that's going to be all over the field. He's going to come downhill when he needs to, set the edge, make open field tackles, and impact the pass game.
I think you had, as a team, 16 missed tackles the other day. Is it really just a matter of maybe the first guy wrapping up and then everybody getting to the ball being what can completely flip this defense?
Yeah, I mean, we have to rally. We can't have guys, you know, slacking behind, myself included. Balls on the other side of the field, it doesn't matter. All 11 guys need to be running their tails off, sprinting to the ball, because you never know what could happen. We should be thinking that it's going to take all 11 to bring each ball carrier down. We can't just look over, we see one person on them and everyone else relax. We need all pursuit, and that's something that we can work on as a team, and creating turnovers as well. You know, second guy there, once the first guy's wrapped up, second guy in there, getting his hands in there, trying to get the ball out. So just pursuit.